If it didn't work, I was going to switch to my laptop, saving some time. But since I'm here early, if you have any questions from today's workout, you can ask me. Just let me know. And while I prep, a bit laggy. Is it impossible? You know what? I found out why it's laggy too. They said it doesn't matter what kind of Wi-Fi you have, you should plug it directly into the actual internet. So like one, you have to have like great Wi-Fi speeds, and then you have to plug it into the actual internet, and that gives you a good stream. But if I plugged into an actual internet, I would have to be inside a house, like right next to the actual thing. It's tough. Let's see who we have here. We have Leandre, Gavin, Armand. What's up, people? Gavin, tell us about that workout this morning, man. You guys woke up at 6 and did it through 8. It was 6 through 8. Ian's stream kept getting copyrighted. That was weird. So I think that the reason that it got copyrighted is because the first time that we did it, we had the music blasting. Like it was obvious copyright infringement. I never thought about that. We were just playing music for the workout, and then it got cut off. And then so we restarted it without any music, but then it got cut off after like 10 minutes, and then it kept getting cut off. And I think when we first did it, they identified us as like people that were trying to play some music. And then they kept being nitpicky, I guess. And it continued again today, but today it happened less times. So hopefully, as long as no one plays any music, it'll be okay. Yeah. The copyright thing's issue because basically, let's say that you made a song and you wanted to be an artist, you would want to make money off your music. But instead of, people buying your CDs or buying your MP3s, people just played your music over YouTube. That would kind of suck. You'd be like, no, that was my song. I want some money for it. And they would be like, nah, your music's free. You can't make a living off your music. So that's why they have copyright infringement laws. Anyways, we have about a minute to go before I start. Again, any questions from today's workout, ask me. I'll be demonstrating some things in the end. So if you have a book, open it up, check it out, and let me know if you have any questions, and I can answer them throughout. Right now, I'm really, really reading. Well, when I'm talking, I don't really read the comment section that much. So if you have any questions, peek right now, tell me right now, and then I'll eventually like scroll through them and get them. I told Ian to say that when his copyright thing happened, I told him to say that it was because his moves were exactly like Kyrie's moves, and Kyrie Irving was was hitting him up for copyright infringement because it was exactly like Kyrie's. But that's a lie. He's not like him. What are the workout drills? The workout drills are on our website, but I'll go over them at the end, the last 5 minutes of this thing. All right. And we are at 4 o'clock. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Today's live stream episode is about. So on Monday we did being brave, showing up. All this week is about showing up and make sure that you're there. So you guys are here. You guys are showing up. All right. Um, but the first day, the reason that you want to show up, one reason is bravery, to be brave. Second reason is to be smart. On Tuesday, we talked about intelligence. On Wednesday, we talked about resilience. And resilience is basically a fancy word for tough. You want to be tough. But today, we're going to talk about why it's wise. Showing up equals wisdom. All right. And the difference between being wise and being smart, I actually looked this up earlier just to find like a nice, easy, quick way. The difference between being wise and being smart, it's being smart is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. That's smart. Being wise is to know never to put a tomato in a fruit salad. All right. So it's basically one is having the knowledge, but wisdom is putting the knowledge to good use. All right. So anyone can be smart, but to be wise is putting that knowledge to good use. What's up, Cameron? What's up, Finn? All right. So again, today, showing up is being wise, just to understand it. And I'll walk you guys through it in a second. The quote of the day is, "The journey's greater than success." And again, only wise people really understand this, but understand this. The journey is greater than success. So from the beginning, from first grade all the way through 12th grade through college, that's the journey. It sucks along the way. It's hard, some ups, some downs, it's whatever. But in the end, you have an end goal and you finally make it. And then boom, you're in the NBA. Or boom, you own your own company. Or boom, you get the girl that you liked, right? Whatever it is. They're saying that the journey is better than all that. And there's two types of people that realize this. One type of person is the person who is now like rich and famous, and they're like, I made it. But then after a while, they're like, man, you know what I really loved? The best part of my life? It was going through the process. It was banging on all those doors saying, take my CD, take my CD. Hey, will you do this? Hey, who wants to work out? Like that. It was the process. And then there's the type of people that fail. Not the famous people, but the people that fail. Those people, they look back on their life after their failure. They don't make the team. They tried their hardest. They went all that way, but then they didn't make the NBA. They don't make college or whatever it was. They look back at all their efforts when they tried their hardest, and they're like, "That was great. I'm really happy that I did that." So both types of people, the failures and the successes, they really appreciate giving 100% all this time. The only people that don't appreciate it are the people who didn't give 100% during this time. They look back and say, man, I wish I tried harder. Man. So there's another quote that says, um, never does someone who has given their best regret it. Like if you give your best, you're just not going to regret it, like ever. But before you give your best, that's the hard part because you're thinking, oh man, if I try my hardest, I'm going to regret this if I don't make it. Don't think that way. No one has ever regretted trying their hardest. All right. Um, and again, showing up every single day is when you gain that sort of wisdom. You start to learn those lessons. All right, for the elementary drill today, we're talking about the double team step through. All right, for the double team step through, basically, if you have a ball and there's two people on you, one, you should know that someone's open. Someone somewhere is open, okay? All right. Two, take your time. You have a 5 second count. We'll talk about that one later. All right, but three, you want to realize that there's 6 windows. By windows, what I mean is their hands are right here. Their hands are like that, right? Their hands are up. Their hands can't be everywhere. All right, there's probably 2 hands right there in the middle, 2 hands right there on the side. And then they could maybe have their hands down, right? 2 hands right there, 2 hands right there. Well, you might be able to pass it above them to the left, or you can pass it in the middle, or you can pass it up to, up top to the right. So there's 3 spots. You could also pass it down low to the left, down low to the right, or you can pump fake and step through the middle and then pass. So there's one of 6 windows that have to be open, and the two people cannot stop all 6 windows. So you must pump fake one way, and if their hands don't move, pass it in that way. If you pump fake one way and their hand moves there, then pass it somewhere else. They're not as fast as you can think. All right. So two major examples of this, which are some awesome examples, some awesome examples. One is when Jeremy Lin was doing his Lin Sanity thing. It was pretty cool. Like, I mean, this Asian dude who's like regular heighted was dominating the NBA for like, I would say like 3 weeks. He was going insane. Like no one could stop him. Then they asked Kobe Bryant about him, and he's like, "Who's Jeremy Lin?" Like that. And they're like, "You don't know?" Oh, he's like, "What?" And then they played him, and then Jeremy Lin beat Kobe Bryant, like straight up, like killed him, and not killed him, obviously, but straight up like beat his team by a lot. But during that game in New York, they were beating the Lakers. Kobe Bryant starts to be like Kobe Bryant, and he started stepping it up a lot. And there's a point in the game where Kobe's getting double teamed around the 3 point line, and he's getting double teamed, and he pump fakes it up, steps through the double team, jumps, throws the ball off the backboard, catches it in the air, then passes it to Pau Gasol. And you're like, what? And then Pau made it, and everyone was like, okay, this is another sort of human being. That's another level of a person. All because he knew the step through move. All right. Now I'm not asking you guys to do everything that Kobe did, but that move, it's a really, really high level move to pump fake and to step through a screen. And then another one that I was thinking about, another superhuman one, was when another lost one too, was when LeBron James played against the Golden State Warriors. What's up, Troy? And he was being double teamed, and he winds up losing this game. It was the notorious J.R. Smith game. But during that game, they didn't know. They were like, "Yeah, the Warriors are going to kill this team. They have Kevin Durant. It's impossible for the Cavs to win. All they have is LeBron James. He's one person." But then LeBron James started going off, and then there was one point, and I was at a bar where a lot of Golden State Warrior fans were there, and it was hilarious to watch because LeBron James gets double teamed, he steps through it, throws the ball off the backboard to himself, catches it, and dunks it. And at that point in time, everyone said, okay, the Warriors might have 5 All-Stars, but they have the best player in the world. And if he's going to do that, we have no chance to win. Unbelievable. All right, you can watch those plays online if you just type in, think Kobe versus Jeremy Lin, maybe backboard, or type in LeBron James Warriors, then backboard. It's all examples of stepping through the screen. And as far as wisdom goes, that's what they do. They have heart, they have skill, but then they're also wise enough to understand the rules of the game during very, very intense situations where most people would be too scared to think of something like that out of the box. All right. So wise enough to understand that, they may be losing the game, but they didn't lose. I mean, they're they were the hardest core team, like hardest people ever. Like it was amazing. All right. So if that's how you lose, that's the way that you want to lose. You want to lose by putting your entire team on your back and just keep going. And no matter what kind of pressures are around you, it doesn't stop you. So if you're getting trapped, calm down, know that someone's open, then step through. Um, Middle school drill is our 5-on-6 press break. Just to keep with the step through one, 5-on-6 press break is when we have 6 people guarding 5. And we do that because sometimes um, we can't simulate a lot of pressure because our second 5 isn't as good as our first 5. But when we play other teams, they wind up really, really pressuring us a lot, as if there were 6 players. So we want to create that. And so we go 6 against 5. And during this time, it's to see if you can handle the extra pressure. All right. And again, during the games, you want to be wise enough during that pressure to stay calm and to know someone's open. Take your time. All right. Next drill is our high school drill. Again, if you have any questions about any drills on the page, um, again, I know we have a program like, if I look at the comment section, I see Leandre comments every single second. There's no way that Leandre is listening. I I could just block Leandre. I could do that. But the comment section, I would love it if the comments I like how you guys are having fun in the comment section. It's okay. It's okay. But if you guys could use the comment section to ask me questions to make yourself better basketball players, that would be better. All right. And again, it would be good. But we know, we know that we are not the best basketball players. We know that a lot of us aren't going to the NBA, D1, but we want to try. So if you can be the people who, you can have a little fun in the comment section. If you guys stop commenting like that and then you guys are like, oh, it's not fun anymore, I want to quit. I don't want that either, right? So if you guys need to, you can say like stuff. But other than that, pay attention and listen. Because again, I'm spending my time talking to you. So the older kids kind of understand that, right? But then in high school, those kids don't even come on these things. So that's even worse than the small kids. So the small kids, like Leandre, they're like right here. The the middle schoolers, you guys are above them. Cameron's kind of in the middle, right? And then but the high schoolers who don't come at all, that's right here. So if you must be right there, it's okay. But if you guys try to move it up. Um, anyways, where are we? Talking about the high school drill. Again, there's 6 drills on there. I'm going to talk about one drill. If you guys want to look through the drills, that's the next level. Being quiet is okay, but speaking up and saying some stuff that you don't know, that's a whole new level. That's how the middle schoolers can get from here to there by questioning me. I ask me questions. Say stuff that you don't understand because I know you guys don't get all those things. And if you can't formulate it into words like on the keyboard, maybe just write the drill's name and say, I don't get it. All right, then I can talk you through it. I can even turn the camera to the basket and show you guys things, especially since we're not in the gym right now, right? So let me know, guys. All right. Anyways, that goes with my story for the movie of the day, too. I'll mention that one later. Um, for the high school drill, it's 5-second count extension. All right. For this one, again, you can be smart enough to know this, but you're wise enough if you can apply this to the games. All right. The 5-second count extension, where again, showing up to practices makes you aware of this. We've talked about it a whole bunch of times. But again, getting it in your head that you have 14 seconds. How many seconds? 13 seconds. You have 13 seconds. Is it 12? Wait, 4. I would say 12 seconds. There you go. 12 seconds total to throw the ball. You have 12 seconds. All right. Most people think that you have 5-second violation. It's more like a 13-second violation. If you catch the ball and hold it like this, they count. The referee counts like that. And you can see his count. You can look at his count. Apply means do it in the game. Like I can tell you something to practice, but if you don't do it in the game, then you're not applying it. Um, so you hold it for 4 seconds, but once you dribble, the referee switches hands and he starts his count over again. So again, you can look at the closest ref to you. Usually the ref at half court is the one counting. All right. If he switches his hands, that means that you have a new count, and that's when you start dribbling. Then you can dribble for 4 seconds. Then if you pick it up again, he starts another count. So you don't really have 5 seconds. You have 12 seconds. 4, 4, 4. Then you must pass. So you shouldn't. So you should be wise enough to understand. There's no need to hurry. Calm down. All right. Good. And that's just a little trick to make you a wiser basketball player. All right. Next one that we have is our the homework for the month. I noticed Rella did it. It's our jump rope. The jump rope is 1, 2, or 5 minutes. If you did the jump rope, let me know in the comment section how you did. And if you did 1, 2, or 5 minutes, bring or put into operation or practical use. That's pretty good, Gavin. I think he did that from memory. That sounds like Gavin's words right there. That does not sound like the dictionary. He did not look that up. All right. But yeah, so if you did the jump rope, let me know in the comment section. You did 1 minute, Rella. Nice job. All right. Jump roping is huge. It's huge. All right. I would say 1 is for the elementary kids, 2 is for the middle schoolers, maybe 5 is for the high schoolers. All right. Totally didn't copy and paste. Of course not. Of course not. All right. And you want to eventually make this an everyday thing. So even when it's not our homework, you want to do it. All right. You want to jump rope. All right. Like every single day, it should just be a part of who you are if you want to be a great basketball player. And again, wisdom notices the differences. And this says, wait, is that Muhammad Ali? Is that Mike Tyson? Is that Michael Jordan? Are these the greatest, like Steph Curry? Oh, they're all jump roping? I should probably jump rope if I want to be like them. So wisdom is noticing that and saying, like, wait a minute, like they have something in common. I need to make sure that I'm that. And that's why the wisest succeed. All right, it was 10 p.m. Nice. I hear you, Mom. All right. So if you do the homework, again, try to do it every day for the entire month. It's the homework for the day. Post it and let me know. For the challenge, I'm choosing the 12th grade challenge today. And you guys are supposed to memorize the ball handling clinic. Memorize the ball handling clinic. That's for the 12th graders. Now, it's not for all of you guys, but you can do that one if you want. If you look up our ball handling clinic, what are they called? The tips. I have 10 tips for ball handling, 10 tips for inside scoring, 10 tips for, for shooting, 10 tips for what else is there? Rebounding, offensive skills, and missing one more. Oh, and defensive skills. All right. But this one is for it's for ball handling. It tells you 10 tips for ball handling, and I want you guys to memorize those things. Again, if you're a 12th grader, but everyone has their own challenges. So look through your challenge and see what your challenge is and take care of it. All right. Again, especially if you have the book, go through this book. All right. Ben chimed in and said, "Oh yeah. I do a workout." He actually posted today. He posted in the homework section his challenges that he thinks he's the best at. If you all want to challenge him, you can do that. Took a while, but even when he told us in the isolation workouts what he did, he goes, "Yeah, I do this, I do this, I do this." Did he mention that he does anything from the book? His dad paid $150 for that book, and I don't think that Ben does it. I'm giving you guys a little layout. I'm giving you guys a roadmap. So follow that roadmap. All right? Follow it. And if it says to do 5 minutes of jump ropes, do it. It said it. All right? So do the homework. Try to do the drills. Do the challenges. All right? Do those things. All right? You guys aren't just watching a show here. If this were a church and I was a pastor and this was a Bible, sure, I'm telling you guys things to do in the Bible. But if you go out and don't do those things, that's kind of like defeats the purpose of going to church. Or if I was a teacher, you guys are students, and this is a textbook. Sure, I can tell you guys all this stuff during class, which is great. But if you don't go home and do the actual homework, don't read the books, you're not going to get smart. All right. And I was actually wondering, is it harder to become a doctor or is it harder to become an NBA player? There are so many doctors in the world. There's like 400 NBA players. So professional basketball players, it's probably harder to become a professional basketball player. And if you came to me when you were in second grade and said, "What can I do to become a doctor?" How soon would you expect results? I don't think that you would be like, "Wait, I've been doing this for 4 freaking years and I'm not a doctor yet. I'm not on my way to be." It's like, no, dude. Like it takes a long time. So an NBA player, I think, is even harder to do than to become a doctor. So stop expecting results right away. It's really silly. All right, it takes a long time. All right, my dad made me do the probability. Yes, it's extremely hard to become an NBA player. All right, but again, that's why you want to see it. If you attack, funny thing is though, is people understand that about becoming a doctor, but they don't understand about becoming an NBA player, and that's to your advantage. So people, when they want to become a doctor, they try really hard. Since they're first grade, their parents are on board, everything. But when comes to becoming a basketball player, people don't realize it's so hard, and they don't try as hard. So because no one's trying as hard as they should, now if you choose to try that hard, like for Finn, for Ian, and for Gavin, who woke up at 6 o'clock, did their workout from 6 to 8. I looked at that workout. That workout's hard. And then if you guys do the workout like later and then do this and then do our isolation workout, dude, you guys are working hard enough to make the NBA. Like honestly, if you guys kept doing that, yeah, I mean, it would be really hard to keep you out because no one else is doing it. No one. All right. So if you put in that kind of effort, no one else is doing it. So you have to ask the question. You have to ask the question, like what Finn just mentioned. People forget that about 1 in 10 people play basketball in the U.S. So the question isn't how many people make the NBA. That's like 400 out of 7 billion, right? The question is how many people who give 100% and work for 4 hours a day make the NBA? And that answer is probably like 400 out of 800. You think there's 800 people who work 4 hours a day for basketball? I don't. So if you guys give yourself a chance like that, your odds go sky high because no one's doing it. All right. I try to tell my dad that. No, hey, draw him a chart, man. Make him a little animation video like I did for the racism thing. Anyways, um, speaking of that, I watched a movie last night. This movie I was borderline not going to add it to the book. All right, and it was I wouldn't put your phone number on the website, but you guys have each other's numbers, I think. Maybe ask Ian. Um, I watched a movie, and this is the 11th grade movie. I was about to not put it in the book because it hadn't come out yet. It was a Ben Affleck movie called, what is it called? The Way Back. It's where he's the alcoholic guy. He's a coach for a basketball team. And I was like, oh, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. I shouldn't put this because what if the movie sucks? And then I was like, no, I'll put it. It should be pretty good. So I put it in the book as the 11th grade movie. And then the pandemic happened. And I was like, wait, what if the movie doesn't come out now? Well, I just saw the movie last night on YouTube. And I would say it was pretty good. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good. It was solid. Little cliche in parts, whatever. But again, if you guys have the movies to watch and your books, watch your movie, then post a review about it online. I know that you watched it, or at least tell us in the comment section. And in this movie, basically, again, the alcoholic coach. He used to be a player of the year. He has like his jersey on the wall, everything like that. He comes back to coach, and his point guard in the movie is the best player, but he doesn't talk. He talks like every now and then, but he doesn't speak loud during the games. And he finally got him to speak loud by like getting him really mad. And then he told him like he's like you are the main player on this team. Like you need to speak up. You need to tell him. So he like made the kid captain, and the guy started speaking up a little bit. But that was a huge part of the journey. And for him, that was his wisdom. That was the wisdom that he had to learn eventually, was that like he had to speak up if he was the point guard. Because if you're point guard and you're the quietest person on the court in a room full of, or in a court full of huge like fans just screaming their butts off, um, people have to hear you. All right. So like Gavin's quiet, Armand's quiet, Blake is quiet. All right. So that means that like you guys can't be players. And I didn't realize that until I was in college. Everyone spoke. Everyone constantly spoke. It's so loud during those games. You guys will have a chance to hear that, which is will be a really cool thing once the NBA starts back up because they won't be having the fans there. They talk all the time. Don't forget that I said that. So when you guys watch those games in the bubble, listen to the guys, and of course you're going to be hearing some cuss words, so heads up for that too. But they talk all the time. They say screens coming over here, over there, over there, over there. NBA won't start back up. I think it's definitely starting back up. Not only is the NBA going to start back up, the 8 teams that aren't in the playoffs, they're going to start in Chicago as a second bubble, and so all the teams are going to be playing. Isn't that crazy? Hey, they're all talking about it right now. Anyways, there will definitely be some profanity. Yes. Anyway, so wisdom in that case is realizing what your future self will regret. All right. So think about it this way: when you're 20 years old, 30 years old, and you look back, you're gonna have many regrets in your life, right? Wisdom is thinking ahead and trying to cover for that guy, trying to be like, hey, I got you, man. I got you. Like I know you're gonna regret not trying hard, so I'm gonna do this for my future self. All right, because everyone looks back on their past. Like maybe your dad or your mom looks back and says, "Man, I wish I didn't do that. Man, I wish I didn't do that." So one day you will say that about yourself. So think about you looking at your future self and solving those problems right now. That, in essence, is wisdom. All right. The quote of the day, speaking of wisdom, is eat well, exercise often, and refrain from harmful substances like drugs, alcohol. If you don't do what's best for your body, you're the one who suffers and comes up on the short end. All right. So eat well, exercise often, and refrain from harmful substances. If you don't do that, then you're the one that suffers. All right. And again, it's a very wise quote. And make sure that you show up to things. Show up. All right, today we're doing our back down series. It's the pro hop, step middle spin J, turn and run middle, turn and run baseline, and the Dirk fade. I have a few minutes to show you guys those things. I'll walk you guys through it. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But again, it's the back down series. Watch it real quick. Again, I'll start with pro hop, then go step middle spin J, turn and run middle, turn and run baseline, then the Dirk fade. Pay attention. All right. So first of all, you want to make sure that you are on the free throw line, extended for a deep three. You have the ball away from the defender. The defender's right here because he's in between you. You can't dribble right here because he can steal the ball from you. You can't dribble right here. You can't have your body turn like this. You must be straight like that, where you're going. You dribble like this, you step and you slide. Step and you slide. All right? As you get in there, like this, look forward. You can always pass the ball with the outside hand to anyone so they can't double team you. Then on your last dribble for the pro hop, you're going to bounce the ball and then go like this while you're jumping. So you go like this, you bounce the ball, you jump in here. Then you shoot this shot sideways again. You want to keep the majority of your body between them and the ball, between the basket and the ball, all times. That's the pro hop. Then for the step middle spin, you fake the pro hop. So you go down again like this. You step middle with the ball bouncing. So like this. You catch the ball on the backhand side. Then you step away with that foot. One, bring it up, and two. You want to bring the ball up so by the time that you land, the ball's already up. So again, I back down, I step middle, spin back, ball's up, and I can shoot. For the next one, it's turn and run middle. And if you can do all five of these, they can't guard you. You're going to be here. And then if they're leaning on you too much this way, you're going to turn and run. And that's a big pivot with the outside foot like this. And as you do that, you're going to switch your feet, take it with one hand, and then score. So back down, start again a lot earlier this time. And then you turn and you run, boom, go like this and score one-handed. Then you're going to turn and run baseline, which is basically the same thing, but instead of this pivot, we are going to do a back pivot. All right, so we're going to be here, and then go baseline pivot, bounce, then I switch hands. But before the ball touches my hand, I leave the ground, and I dribble like that. I take one dribble, I'm going to go baseline. So watch, I'm here, step middle, spin, bounce, take one hand, and then score a reverse layup. Make sure that you go underneath the block. There is no block here, but you understand. Last one is the Dirk fade, or Kobe does it, or did it, and Kevin Durant does it. All right, when you step in, like this, then you take a big rocker step, like this. You go, and you hit here, then you jump back, then you lean up, and then you shoot a high arcing shot. It's a really, really hard shot. So you go here, like that, and then shoot a really, really high arcing shot. And that's the Dirk fade. We'll be doing all five of those moves today. So that's what's up. You've been around the block a few times. You're smart, but you know the smarts. That's about it. All right. So that's all that we're doing today. John G fade off of one leg. Yes, you shoot a one-legged shot. It's a stupid shot. None of you guys can do it. Dirk Nowitzki can do it. A couple of NBA guys can do it, but you guys get to have fun with it, okay? So that's our one fun one. If you want to do it, someone asked Dirk, how do I do that shot? And he got mad at them. It was at a camp. And he's like, what? You cannot do my shot. I've been practicing it every day since I was 12 years old. You cannot do my shot. And he got like mad at some like little kid for asking him that. So don't tell Dirk Nowitzki that you're trying his fadeaway shot. All right, it's impossible. You have to try an hour a day for like 10 years. But you can try it today for 1 minute. All right, guys. Anyway, I'll see y'all in 30 minutes. Great job. Don't forget, showing up every single day. Showing up equals wisdom. All right, and I heard that Gavin can't come tomorrow morning, but great job. I didn't expect you this morning. Anyways, we'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Oh yeah, and if you guys can do the 6 a.m. workout with Ian Salmon, that's probably like the craziest thing that's ever been done in our program's history. Really, I'm so proud of you guys that I did that. That was insane. That was awesome. Keep it up. Peace.